Problem 12-15. The question, select the assets to select reporting category for each of the investments below. The first investment says a parent company purchased 35% of the non-voting preferred stocks of investee company, American Aircraft Company. Back to our class slides. When we purchase stocks of another company, that's an equity investment. When it's equity investment, there are three ways to account for. First way is to account it through fair value through net income when we don't have influence over the investee. Second way is to account it for equity method when we have influence over the investee. And if we can control the investee company, we consolidate the investee company. The first one, it says non-voting, so we do not have influence over the investee company. So we accounted fair value through net income. Second investment says treasury bills to be held to maturity. Treasury bills is a debt instrument, and there are three ways to account for debt investments: held to maturity, trading, or available for sale. Since the description says it will be held to mature, so it is held to maturity securities. The third investment says this is a note receivable from affiliate, and it is 2 years long. If it's a note, it's a debt securities. Since there is a maturity date, it says it will mature in 2 years. We also account it as held to maturity securities. The fourth investment is actually not investments. Accounts receivables is operational assets. It is not investments. So we have no category for accounts receivables. Number 5, when the company purchased treasury bond maturing in 1 week. Bond is a debt security. And since there is maturity date, we categorize it as held to maturity securities. Number 6, common stock held in trading in an investment account for immediate resale. Common stock is equity investment. When it's equity investment, we have these three choices. It's held for immediate resale, so we don't have influence over the investee company. We record it at fair value through net income. Number 7, bonds acquired to profit from short-term difference in prices. Bonds are debt securities. When we have debt investments, we have these three categories. And because the description says we are holding it for short term to earn profits of the difference in price, so it is trading securities. Number 8, 15% of voting common stock of another company, investing company. 15% may seem low, but because it allows the company to vote. So, common stock, equity investment, we go to this slide. We have voting rights, so we have influence over investee company's operations. Then we account it as equity investment. Number 9, 90% of the voting common stock. Oh, voting. So we can influence the investee company. And 90% means we have the loudest voice on the board of the director. So we have control. Okay, we have control over the investee company. Then we should consolidate the investee company's financial statements to our financial statements. Number 10, we purchase corporate bonds of a company to be sold if interest rates fall to a certain percentage. Fall by a certain percentage. It is not held to mature, and it is not held for the price differences. So neither held to maturity nor trading securities for these bond investments. Then we put them into available for sale. Number 11, 25% of the voting common stock. Common stock investment. We have common stock investment. We have these 3 ways to treat it. 25% seems to be high. It seems to be having influence over the investee company. However, it says 51% of the investees' shares are owned by one family. So that family has the control. So even though we have 25% of the voting rights, we cannot influence the investee company's operations. So we don't have influence over the investee. We record it as fair value through net income. Number 12, it says we purchase 17% of the voting stocks of investee company. Our CEO is on the board of the directors of investee company. So voting rights, we have the voting rights, and it doesn't say anybody else on the board has more than 50% of shares in the investee company. So we can influence the investee company. Since we can influence their operations, we account it as equity method.